So guys, in last session, we talked about what are the different way to create object in JavaScript, right? Like using, blank object, creating object using key value pair on the fly, right? Using constructor function. You remember? In last, we talked about little bit inheritance concept using prototype. Mhm. And then yesterday, I think we had seen one example, right? Of the Ajax. But today I'm going to show you this Ajax example with REST API. What is the agenda? Ajax. uh, You are not replying. Example with REST API. Hey, what is the REST API? Who will tell me?
That can exchange JSON.
Yeah, REST API allows you to exchange data in which format?
JSON format.
JSON format. Somebody saying general is raw format. Raw could be anything: XML, XML feed, TXT, JSON, etc. JSON, you know it, right? JSON. JSON is a data representation format, right? And this JSON data can be transferred over the network or not? Of course. Network means you can send from one place to other place. Hello.
Yeah, that's the main purpose, right?
That is the main purpose, right?
Yeah.
Another question is JavaScript object can travel over the network. You have to answer to me. JavaScript object, right?
It travels as it is, or it gets converted into something.
Exactly. JavaScript object can travel as it is over the network. Answer is no.
No.
Can travel or can be transferred. Trans. Are you confused? You can be transferred over the network. Network. What? As it is. Answer is no. No. Are you following me? Object normally represent to the memory. Do you think memory can be transferred? No. No. Memory is only available as a hardware on the computer, right? You cannot transfer it. Am I right? The JavaScript is always
Yes.
represented in the memory. You cannot transfer it. If you want to transfer it, what you need to do? The
Save in
JavaScript
database.
object you have to convert in which format? Into JSON. Hello. JavaScript object you can convert into JSON and this JSON data can travel over the network. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes.
Yes. JavaScript object we can convert into JSON. What about Java object? Java object can we convert into the JSON? Yes. Java object. What about Python object? Hmm?
Yes.
Any
Everything
kind
should
of
be converted into JSON if they have to travel
yeah,
through
yeah,
network.
yeah. Any kind of object can be converted into JSON. It's not big deal, right? Yep. So in current example, what we are doing, any guess? When you click on this button, I'm just making a call to my GUI, and that call I can show you. I'm making call to my GUI, right? Controller. People, which controller I'm calling you, you have to help me. Can you see this? Hey, have you worked on this? Yeah.
Yes.
If you, here we have two kind of method, right? One can enable customer, second can disable it, right? So right now my customer is already enabled. You want to disable it, am I right?
Yes.
Hello. So you can call this method, yes or no? So you
Yeah.
need to know what this method is doing. Any guess? Uh,
Enabling.
enabling it. But you need to understand the whole process and then you can understand how Ajax makes it better. In this, just a second. You tell me, right? You are making this call and what you are passing over here, you are passing the email ID. Am I right? The customer email ID whom you want to make disable. Am I right?
Yes.
So
Because it.
actually I'm calling here opposite match method, right? Ideally here we should call disable, right? So let me copy right method. This is not right method. Right method is disable one. I hope I'm making myself clear. Yeah. Please, if you have any confusion, let me know. Can you see this? Hello. So what we are passing to this? We are passing this email. You need to understand the problem with this. Then I'll give you the solution. I am passing my email ID to it, right? So what we are doing in this, any guess? In this method, I'm saying for this user ID, go in database. It is going to update which table? Any guess? In my database, we have login table, a user login table. I don't know. Do you remember which
Yes.
table we have? Who will help me? Which table we have in database?
User login.
User login table.
It has
In this,
logged column.
yeah, in this we have column that is called logged, right? Logged. And this is the column which is user ID or username, whatever it is.
Login ID.
Yeah, login ID. That's nice. So what you say? Go and update this entry. Just make it what? Yes.
Change it.
Yes, right? Yes means he is logged. No means he is not logged. I hope I'm making myself clear. And in this,
Yes.
there would be this value will be in this column. If you don't understand, let me know, right? You are saying, hey, update the logged value in the row whose user ID is this. Got it? After that, what you are doing? Again, you are fetching all the customer, yes or no, from the database. Again, right? See? So when you fetch the all the customer with the status, right? So this newly updated value will also come again, yes or no? Then you are adding all the customer into request scope. Then you are forwarding your request to the new page. Am I right? Hello. So what
Right.
happened because of it? Any guess? It is going to render the customer list.html page again from the scratch. So whole page is refreshed or not after it? Tell me. You just make a small call, right? And this small call is just updating only one row in the login table. But later after it, you are fetching all the customer with the logged status and you are rendering it from the scratch. So tell me, in this process, whole page is refreshed or not? To understand the problem of
Yes.
it?
The whole page is like
Because new HTML is
refreshed. Yeah.
rendered.
Yeah, whole page is refreshed here, right? So this is the problem. This problem will not come in the development because you are single user. This problem will come when you have many thousands of users accessing the same page. Then performance of the application will be considerable, right? Anybody can say, hey, performance is not good. This is the problem you have. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes.
So do you understand the problem? Here, whole page is refreshed, right? So what should be the optimal solution of it? I don't know. You guys are following me or not?
Only sending
Yes.
data
Yeah.
without
You just
refreshing
want
the.
Yeah.
to like
Optimal solution
upload.
is, see, try to understand. What I want is when somebody click on it, try to understand. I'm not going to fetch data again. No. So you make a Ajax call. Which call you make? Ajax call. And in this
Score.
call, you pass two parameter. You just pass user ID. User ID will be your email ID. Am I right? And then as per the button, if button is blue, so you want to make it red, you want to disable it. So you what value you can pass for status for disable? Yes. Am I right? Oh man,
Yes.
you want to disable it. Disable means you want to make it red, right? If it is
As
red, then you want to
hey,
make it.
we pass it as query, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
Okay.
here for second row in Ajax call, what you are going to pass? Here it is red, right? My dear friend. Mm, this is red, okay? So what you will pass in Ajax call?
No.
Ajax call. You are going to pass two parameter. User ID is techno 444 at the rate gmail.com and password equals to Sorry, status equals to no. Got it? Hello. After it, hey, you will pass this, right? And then you have to toggle the button. If it is blue button, you have to make it red. If it is red button, you have to make it blue
Blue.
button.
Blue.
So I hope you understand my intention, right? For this,
Yeah.
first of all, I have to make REST API. Which API we have to make?
REST API.
REST API. So already I have REST API. You just see REST API. You will make in which project? Banking API.
API.
In this, if you go to the employee controller, already I made it in the morning in my session. Where it is? It is in customer REST controller. You people are able to see this much?
Yes.
So here you see my REST API. If you don't understand, let me know. Here we have this method. Can you see the customer lock unlock? I am passing two parameter, user ID and status. Can you see this? So it is going to
Yes.
update in database. For this user, change the status. Hmm? You got it or you got confused? And after that in JSON, I am returning what? Status codes 200, status success, and message log status is updated. In the
So
big,
we need to have two mappings over here for lock and unlock.
actually I am passing status itself. If you pass status no, it is going to be unlocked.
Oh,
If you pass status yes, right? So this is better approach compared to previous one. In
the previous
previous,
one.
we had created two method that was unnecessarily. In this one method is going to do your both the job. Customer is name should be customer lock unlock, right? I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes.
So when you call this method, it will return you JSON data. That's fine. Anybody have any question query on this? Please, before moving ahead, my crowd.
This is pretty understandable right now in this way.
Exactly. Thank you so much for supporting me. It's done. Now front end part we have to see, right? Front end part is a little bit tough, right? Let me show you. I'm coming to my front end part. Please try to understand. Ask questions immediately. I told you it is a little bit tough. Already I implemented it in the morning session. Uh, I have to look to the page that is customer list. This one. First of all, can you see this? For S, in yes and no, two case we have. Yes, you know, in the beginning,
Yes.
I'm just making two button. In case of yes, my button is, you can see we have disable button and enable button, right? A red button and enable button. Yes, you know, we have two button in the beginning. People,
Yes.
Yes, yes, we did have, yeah.
we have two button. And first, for in case of yes means it is logged, right? So I'm showing a disable button. Can you see this? And this button I just mentioned style display none means this button won't be shown in the beginning. For what purpose? This button I'm showing you, this button I'm not showing you. But both the button are there, right? Your question may be why both the button are there. I'll let you know. In case of no, what I'm showing? First, I'm saying style display none. Don't show this button. Show this button.
Yeah.
I hope you understand. Your
Actually.
question
Yeah.
may be why you have both the button. Reason is like for every button, right? For every button, sometime this button will be displayed, sometime this button will be displayed. You know it, right? Yep. Yes, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
So every button I have given the unique ID with time lift. Can you see this? Every button has a unique ID. How? Please, if you don't understand, let me know. I'm showing you. TH colon ID, right? I am using at this is the hard coded value. Can you see this DS and this is the customer ID. So this button ID will be unique or not? Tell me. This is disable
Well,
button and this is enable button.
Can I ask you something? So from
Please.
line 147, if it's either yes or no, right? But why do we call button two times in each case?
Okay. Like here, actually in case of yes, right? I need both the button. Why? Because one button I have to show and second button I have to hide on the fly. If both button are there, right? If it is yes or no, I have to show both the button programmatically, right?
Right.
Suppose it is yes, right? If both button is there, what is the benefit? Then this will not execute at all, right? No, it is not going to execute, right? In that case, initially I'm showing disable button, right? And I'm hiding enable button. But when you click on it, right? So this button you can hide it and this button you can show it. That's why we have both.
For Ajax
So
proper.
show hide.
So does that mean as soon as we hit the button S, it's gonna go to back to the other button?
Exactly. Yeah, it is not going to refresh it, right? Only this button will be toggle. Only this portion I want to toggle it. That's why we have planning, right? So in reality, every action has how many button? Two button. People in the
Oh,
training.
one. Okay.
But
En goes back,
yeah.
and then
So when
inside
you
the S there were
yeah
two, so one
yeah
the
when
hidden
you
will come
when you
out.
when you click on it, right? Then this button you can hide it and this button you can show it.
Because the
When you
other
click
one
on
would
this,
show.
this button you can hide it. This button you can show it. You got it now? That's why in every action we have two button, either if or else condition. In if condition, what happened?
Right.
Red one is highlighted, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and blue one is hidden,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
that's why
Right.
and when you press like when you click the red button, it's gonna it is going to change into blue as soon as we
exactly. Let me show you. So here in everywhere we have two button, and ID is DS underscore customer ID. Customer ID is unique, right? So this button ID will be always unique. Am I right? One start with DS, second start with ES. This much is clear to you?
Yes.
Every button ID. Why I'm using TH? Because I am using time leaf syntax, right? So you have to use at the rate and this hard coded value. If you want, you can give some other name to it, right? DS underscore one, DS underscore two, right? EN underscore one. Make sense or
Right.
not?
Yes.
Exactly.
yeah.
And on click, right? Time leaf on click. I'm calling this lock in time leaf. You can call method like this. Okay. I'm calling lock unlock method. Lock unlock. So how I'm distinguishing? This is my disable button. I'm passing DS. Enable button means I'm passing
Yeah.
EN. It's clear. I'm passing three parameter. First, in which button you click. In which button you click? Disable
DS.
button. And I'm passing customer ID and customer email ID. So three parameter I'm passing to it. How many parameter? Three parameter. You got confused?
Yeah,
You got confused? No. Three parameter we are passing. Now come to the definition. Can you see this? Hello. In
Yes.
this, suppose I am clicking on the button which is enable. So what input will come over here? Answer to me.
En or D.
En.
Yeah. En.
And this EID, customer ID. Customer ID is supposed to all, right? And user ID is the
email.
email ID. Like Nagendra. It could be anything, right? NIT@gmail.com. Make sense? Yeah. Like here, I'm printing my button status, enable, disable. So on which button you have clicked, right? Button is enable. You click on it, right? So what happened? Hello. Then
En.
I'm creating a button ID. Button ID will be what? Any guess? Status. Remember? I'm using en underscore customer ID. You forget it or remember it?
Yes.
Every button ID is how it is derived. You remember? Yeah, that is fixed. En underscore customer ID. DS underscore customer ID. You got my point? For disable
Yeah.
button, it is disable underscore customer ID. For
So
enable button, enable underscore customer ID.
one thing. So inside, yes, there are two buttons, right? The second one is always hidden. Then why do we
No,
need
no, no,
like?
no, no. This button will be always, this will be hidden always, right? But
Yeah. So
only in
why
the
do we?
beginning. So you tell me for one row, right? Either this will be true or this will be true. Agree?
Yes.
That's why I'm telling you for both the row, right? For every row, we have two button. So either these two, either those two, right? In this first one, I am showing. Second one is I'm not showing. So what I will do, when you click on this button, right? This I will hide and this I will show you programmatically, not always, right?
Okay.
Hello. In the beginning, it is disabled. It is not. It is hidden. Am I right? In
Yes.
beginning, it is not displaying, but programmatically, I will make it show and I will make it none programmatically.
Okay,
Got
I
it?
see.
So
Oh,
like here, you understand this funda? Button
yes.
ID, button status, you pass what? En hmm, plus hmm, 12, right?
Half.
See, this is dollar is actually jQuery. What man? jQuery. In jQuery, if you want to, so you want to hide it with JavaScript or jQuery. Somebody is saying use JavaScript. Can I try? Let's do that. People reply hide button with CSS uh, with JavaScript. People, you have to reply. I'm going to hide my button with JavaScript. If you want to hide, right, then you have to write this display none. Try.
Yeah.
So you want to hide it, but you want to non, you don't want to use jQuery. So which button you want to hide? Current button, right? Enable.
Init ID.
Oh man, you want to hide which button? The button on which you click, right? En.
Yes.
So in order to hide it, what you have to write? The first of all, you have to access the button. Am I right? How? Document dot get element by ID. Are you with me? And you can pass the button ID. Button ID is this one. It's clear to everybody? Oh man, I'm just going to comment it, right? I'll bring in the picture when I need it. I commented it, right? So what this is going to do? Document dot get element by ID. So which button I got it? Tell me. The button on
Button
which
status
uh,
like
the button which you have clicked, right? You got it.
hmm,
Again, I'm telling you which button I got it.
enable button.
Yeah, enable button.
So
After that,
didn't we already make button ID in HTML already?
yeah,
Can you
yeah,
quickly show us that?
already we have done, man. But you don't know which button is clicked, right? So you have to create it on the fly, right?
Yeah, but in the lock unlock function, can't
Ah,
we
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can pass it. Yep, 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 yep. That's possible.
instead of
That's
doing it again?
possible. No need to make it. I agree. I agree. He's saying this thing I can pass there as well. You want to do that? So in
Wait,
that
something
case,
here.
this status we need, right? Log DS, right? We need anyway. If you want, you can pass it. Not a problem. It is up to you. Okay. So get
Yeah.
element. This will give you the button, and now you want to hide it. In order to hide the particular button on that object, you have to write style display none. Hey, what I did? Tell me. Dot style. You want to apply CSS on this object and display attribute you want to make none. So what happened because of this code? Any guess?
Hides.
Whatever button you click, that should be disappear. Got it or I make you kind of confused? Can you see
Yeah, we
this?
got it. Like if we hit the enable button, it's gonna disappear and like
Disappear. But other button you are not showing. You have to show it, right? Like
Right.
yeah,
here,
we need to.
So we need
both
to
the
change in database.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Database. No, no. I'm doing in front end, man. That's why when you are refreshing, same thing is coming. Can you see this?
Okay.
So, so far I'm not making. I'm doing step by step, right?
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, 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 yep. But whole page not refresh. How you came to know? Because when you refresh the page, you see this will going to be refresh. Okay, nothing, nothing. Hmm? Nice. So other part we have to show. Let's do that. Hmm? See, if somebody is passing button status, tell me. Hello. If I think this is also unnecessarily button status, the button ID I got it anyway, right? So no need to compute it.
Yeah.
Am I right? Hmm.
Yes.
Button ID already we have. But you have to do counterpart, right? This is the first button. Second button will be if it is DS, then second button ID would be enable underscore CID. Yes, you know, people
Yes.
reply. If your button status is DS, means other button will be EN underscore CID. Am I right?
The
Yeah.
other one. Yeah.
So what you can do is other. This is you can say this is other button. Let me write it. What I'm doing? here,
button 2 ID.
what you can do is here
Or you
you
can just put in the comment over there that
I,
that
I'm
that's
I'm
not.
doing that. I'm doing that. Here, what comment? Here hiding which button? Current
Button
button.
1.
Current button which is clicked. Am I correct? Yep. And if button status is DS, then your button new button ID would be the here. Let's do it programmatically. Here you can write war second button. Am I right? And second button default value is you can use anything, right? Default. Allow me.
Empty
Default you
string.
can write no, not empty. You to use this like plus. Make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is DS, right? Then you have to make en. It is there already. Delete it. Otherwise, it will be ds underscore. If it is not disabled, then this should be replaced with
Yeah.
no, no, no. If it is ds, replace with this en.
Yeah. Okay.
If it is en, then replace with
Yes,
ds
yes,
underscore.
yes.
Done. After
And
that,
status.
is
Yes,
the
okay.
status by default it is yes, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The here, if it is ds, then you have disable. You have current is disabled, right?
Yeah.
Current button is disable. Then what you have to do? Then make it no. No means make it status.
Unlocked.
No means
Enable.
what? Enable, right? No means enable. I hope I'm making myself clear. Enable means unlocked. People is done. Yeah. Sir, you are not replying. Hmm?
Yes.
So let's do this much. I'm going to make this much.
Oh, we can do that using jQuery in just one
Yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah. jQuery you can do also. Everything is possible. jQuery is the JavaScript library which makes your thing compact. E, to the purpose of it, status. I have to change the status also. If it is disabled, right? Current button is disabled. You want to make it enable? No. By default, it is disable.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now you want to hide it? Yeah. Same style. Can you see this? How you can do that? Document.get element ID. Here you will write which button? Second button. And here you have to write second button. Make sense? Hello?
Yes.
Second button, it is opposite. If it is disable, then you have to use enable button ID. So you can put over here. Am I right? And what you have to write to show? For show, you have to write block. Block means show it.
Bring-
Show the button, right? Show it. Show the button. Which ID is? Any guess? Second button. Hmm? A. So I'm going to show this. jQuery thing, I don't need it. So what happened now? Any guess?
It's going to
Oh
be
man,
displayed.
it is going to be toggle, but nothing will happen in the back end, right? Can you see this? Toggle, 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 right? Toggle, toggle. Anything is happening in the back end? No. If you refresh it, everything will come as it is. See, I made everything is red, but when you refresh it, what happened? It is coming from database, right? After refreshing it.
Not it's not changing anything on databases
No,
right
we
now,
haven't
right?
made the Ajax call. Now you have to make the Ajax call to change in database. So what is syntax? Anybody remember? Yesterday we did it, right? Let me write it. Allow me. Syntax was
Yes.
fetch.
Fetch.then.
And then you have to write to then. It is standard syntax, right? Then. First then is reading data from the JS REST response body as a JSON. So can I write like this as a lambda? REST.json. Remember? Mug it. Second, we have to use data and lambda function. Remember this syntax or not? Yep. And whatever data is coming, right? Eventually you are printing here. You got it or you got super confused? console
So if
dot
we didn't
log.
have to write it in console, what would we write?
Nothing happened.
Only data or
Yeah,
empty?
I'm just printing the data. If you don't write anything, nothing happened, man. Right? So A, and here we have to give the URL. This is the REST URL. My dear friend.
Yes.
In the URL, I'm passing two parameter in the URL. You know how to pass? This is my URL, right? I'm passing user ID equals to my user ID. Do you know this technique? And in status variable, I'm passing a status. So I'm passing two parameter over here. So what's wrong with this? Double quotes, user ID, status.
No, because the double quote inside the user ID is used.
Actually, this is the separator in the query string, right? First parameter is this, second parameter is both parameter I'm passing in the query string.
We can use single quote, isn't it?
I'm going to check it. What's wrong with this? Nothing. Fetch. This much is one string. User ID is another one, and this one plus this one. We don't need this one actually. Hello? Do you understand all this? Hmm. Hey guys, if you're not replying, this is very bad. You don't know how to pass parameter in the query string? Question
So
mark.
what is that? The last one is status from.
Yes.
Like here I am
Because
passing two
because what
parameter
does
in
that?
the query string. Wait, you can write like this, okay?
But can you show the controller also real quick?
Just
Then it
just,
will
just
be
second. Controller is there, okay? Query string. Just wait. You can make query string separately, right? How? The u in user
actually.
ID variable, I am passing user ID and status, I am passing status. This is my query string, okay? And you can use question mark over here. And then this query string you can append over here. Done. So you can do it either way, right? This is called passing. This is called what, man? Passing
Passing.
data
Query.
into query string. Mhm. Done. This is the REST API. Somebody asked like where REST API. Can you see this? In order to understand the code, I copy that Java code over here so that you can understand. Customer unlock. And V3 is defined in the controller. Shall I show you? Like here, V3 is here under top. That's why.
What's happening?
So this is my URL pattern and this is my query string. The here user ID will come over here. Am I right? Status will come over here. Done. Mhm. In this data, right? Oh man, in this data, log status is updated. This is coming. You want to show it? It is up to you, right? Like here, you want to show some message on this. Say yes, I want to show message. This is the ID, right?
Yes.
Hmm. So you can show the proper message. How, man? Like here, you want to show with jQuery or JavaScript. Somebody is saying I know only JavaScript. So how you can show the message in this span? Hmm. In order to show it, you can use document by get element by ID. Remember, I forget it.
Yes.
Get element by ID. And here you can pass the ID of the span where you want to show the message. Can you see this? This one. Mhm. After that, using inner HTML. Oh man, you are saying in between, nah? In inner HTML, in between what I want to write, customer is logged. Am I right? Hello? Aha, customer is logged. Second message, aha, customer is unlocked.
Only. But if status is, we have to
But
check it.
you have to put the condition. If
Yes.
button status will take the decision. All right. Yeah, you can take status. Anything you can take it, man. If status is what?
Yes.
Yes, then you are going to logged it, right? If
Yep.
status is no, then you are going to unlocked. Else, you know it. Hey guys, अब tell
And
me this.
again,
Yep.
I'm confused a little bit. Status is no means like locked, yes or not, right? You
No,
lock
no.
and
Status in database, in status is no. It is means he's unlocked.
no means locked.
No, no, no. It is
This is
it depend on the database value. Let me
yeah,
show
that's
you.
why I think in the database we said it's locked, right? The
That's why I'm
the
telling you.
entity you have declared.
Mhm. In database value is no. It means
No locked.
No
no,
locked.
right? That's what I'm saying. No means he is not logged. So here
Yeah.
status is no. Just second. Aha, customer is unlocked. That's correct. Are you following me? Unlocked means you are going to send this status, man. You see, you are saying status. Hey, whatever data, whatever status we have in the database, now go and make it no. No means unlocked it. Make sense to you?
Yeah.
Let me
Wait,
run it.
can you explain one more time the meaning of two thens? First is getting JSON from response, right? And
Yeah,
second
yeah,
one?
yeah. Sure, sure, sure. When you will hit it, your REST API is called and response comes, right? So first then we'll read, this is the parameter, right? So what this then is doing, when response comes, it is going to the response and reading data from the body as a JSON. So this is reading data from the body as a JSON, right? Once data is read as a JSON, this data it is going to pass into the second then in the data as a JavaScript object. First is doing what? Reading
JSON from response.
data, JSON data from the,
This is a standard, right?
yeah, it is standard method.
Oh, yeah, standard.
API.
RES. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there, and second one is doing what? Then second then is accepting, right? Past JSON data.
Converting JSON data into JavaScript object.
Yeah, accepting past JSON data as JavaScript object. Same thing I'm saying, right? But we are not taking any benefit of it, right? Mhm, mhm. If you want, you can print it, right? But we are not taking any benefit of it. Clear?
Right.
Ideally, we should take it, right? Like here, at least you can say, I don't know, can you check it? What it is returning? It is returning success, right? So at least you can check the status. Am I right or not? This unlock and log thing should be happen only when status is success. Am I correct or not? Then
Yes,
you
you're
can
right.
only make log and unlock. Otherwise, you can write the message. What? Some error occurs while processing.
Lock unlock.
Yeah. Sorry. Some error occurs at server while log and log. Make sense? Can I try? See, now your changes will reflect in database also, right? Let's try. Mister, after that, see, I'm just, clicking on it. And if you refresh it, it will be red or it will change? No, because
It will be
it will be remain same. See, your question may be, Nagin, you are telling a lie. Oh, so what you can do, you can right click on it, go to the inspect and click on the network button, right? And when you click on it, there will be a call. Oh, let's skip the debugger, right? For this. Hello, sir. Come to the network. Can you see this? On every, give me a second. How dare you? Nice. Ne? All this call is. People, can you see this? For every call, this is, you are able to debug this? I'm not telling a lie. This is called XHR. XHR means Ajax call. People reply, clean it, and for every click, you can see the call. And when you click on it, it will show you the detail of it. Can you see this? I'm making call to this. Hmm?
It's the HTTP.
Method is get. Status code it is coming 200. Man, it is showing a lot of stuff. All the request header. In request header, you are sending accept, accept encoding, accept language, English, and it's showing many more information, and query string is going user ID and status, and you can see the response. Can you see this? Nice. You can see the preview, you can see the initiator, right? At which file at what number line is initiated on click, this method is called. Timing, oh my god, many much detail. So I'm not telling a lie, right? Everything you can see it, am I right? Yeah, see, this is the way to debug. And here message is coming, can you see this? Aha. Hey, nobody noticed it, am I right? Yeah, let's make it bold. My dear friend, nobody has noticed it. Why? Because font was not bold. Hmm? Sir, what should be happen on it? It will show you logged unlocked. Can you see this? Aha, customer is logged. Customer is logged, right? Click, customer is unlocked. Make sense?
Yeah.
Done. Thank you. I don't know. Do you understand this much or not?
Yes.
And same thing, I want you should do where when you click on the employee, all the employee data should come and nothing should be refreshed. Can you see this right now? Oh man, whole thing is refreshed. That's why it's jumping, right?
Yes.
Yeah, how it came to know it's refreshing. Can you see this icon? See, it is changed into what? Cross means
The URL is changed also.
the URL is also changed. Somebody's good observation. But in Ajax call, URL will be not changed. So what is the assignment for it? This is clear to you? This is, and let me show you one more functionality. Can you see this functionality? A branch data is coming by the Ajax. How will come to know? Inspect it. Mister, click on network tab. Right click on it, inspect it, then click on the network tab and click on fetch XHR and click on this. Can you see this? If it's showing this, it means this data is also coming from the Ajax. People, see, HTTP localhost v3 branches and response. Oh my God, all the data is coming. Can you see this, please? Yep. Hmm? And that data I am parsing and showing it. So this branch is a normal call. Oh man, whole page is refreshed, right? And this
Mhm.
is Ajax call. So I can show you this code quickly. Allow me. This should be on which page? Login.htm somewhere. Hmm? I know. My dear friend, this is the Ajax call. Can you see this? Oh, same way. See, fetch. I'm fetching this URL, right? And then I'm reading the JSON data. All the JSON data comes over here, right? This is the study style. So remember? Hmm. First of all, I'm showing the table, and in second, I'm showing the data. So please have a look. This is the one of the best example of another Ajax. But you see, no need to type this much. You just type slash. Why? Because localhost and port number can be changed anytime.
Dynamic.
You can write this much. This is enough to run it. So two places in this project, I am using Ajax. So what you need to do, whatever I have done so far, you have to just go and do yourself. Please